Bioshock. You know, it isn't often that a first-person shooter in today's day and age can be deemed as an instant classic for the right reasons. The story, the gameplay, the atmosphere, hell, the game doesn't even have multiplayer, yet it's still shown us with a little imagination, a genre that seems to repeat itself, can be original and thought-provoking when done right. And done right this game was. I don't usually like to spoil my opinion of the game within the first minute of the review, but we're not dealing with just any game here, we're dealing with Bioshock. Anyway, let's get into the review. In Bioshock, you play as Jack, who survives a plane crash over the Atlantic. Coincidentally, you find yourself right next to a building. You admire the horrible wreck, then go inside. You go into the bathysphere, and Andrew Ryan talks pretentiously about sweat, something, and then BAM! Rapture. Amazing. It was this moment of the game where I realised I was in for something good. Rapture is presented to you so well in the first part of the game for so many reasons. One, the music. You know this place is a pretty big deal with this epic and mysterious music accompanying it. Wise words. I don't know what they mean, but they sound smart and inspirational. The whale that's just there to add to the whimsy. And that thing, what is that? All of this put together makes for a really captivating moment of the game. And then you go inside. Whoa, right, these guys are nice, I should probably watch out. And the door opens. Off you go, time to explore. When I first played this game, all of that left such a big impact on me that it became one of my most favourite gaming moments of all time. One of the main reasons I love Bioshock is for its story. Throughout the game, the only other sane person you have communications with is Atlas, who is basically your mission tool throughout the game. His goal for you is to save his family and get out of here, and Andrew Ryan, the mayor of Rapture, doesn't want you going around killing people and hates outsiders, which you're doing both of. You're told pretty much nothing else aside that, which just really adds to the isolation that Bioshock thrives on. Throughout the course of the game, there are more twists and turns that scale electrics. Obviously, and I'm going to go into it now for the sake of spoilers, but the story in Bioshock is possibly the most engaging one I've ever witnessed in a video game. As you traverse Rapture, the once great thriving happy city, now a desolate bloodbath for reasons you find out throughout the game, you are armed with more than just your arsenal. You are also equipped with plasmids, which, as Atlas says, your genetic code is being rewritten. Yeah. That. You unlock plasmids as you make your way through the game, the most important ones being electricity, fire, and best of all, telekinesis. I will never get bored of using telekinesis. There are so many to unlock, most of them either being purchasable from the stores littered around Rapture, or hidden around in little rooms. They really do a good job of adding a certain customization angle to an otherwise linear game, as you can only have a certain amount of plasmids equipped. These plasmids are especially helpful when it comes to machines and big daddies. Sparking a turret with electricity can blow its fuse temporarily, so you can hack it to make it shoot other enemies. This also gives the game a little more of a tactful approach, being either you can shoot it or risk getting killed to use it against other enemies later on. Like I said, you can also use them on big daddies, aka these big things. These big things protect these little girls that wander around Rapture sucking blood out of corpses, which is so adorable. The big daddies are really hard to take down, but are vital to making progress in the game. Believe me when I say that you will die at the hands of big daddies a lot of times. One thing I never usually include in my reviews, but in this case seems unavoidable, is the music. Not quite the ambience, but the 50s songs that play in the background are genius. Obviously it's because of the time era and it just adds to the authenticity, but the way they're played really make the game a lot more scary in a way. Fallout seemed to do the same kind of thing with its radio stations, but it always seemed like it was more for comedic effect than to make the game more tense. I know that I've made this game seem pretty much perfect so far, but like all games, it isn't without its problems. When hacking in Rapture, the method of hacking is played out as that pipe dream game that I can never remember the name of. It's pretty fun, but you'll be doing a lot of hacking, and you're guaranteed to get at least 50 done during the story. And in short, do you really want to be doing this 50 to 100 times? Another problem I have is with the frame rate, which is quite bad at times. I'm not usually bothered by this, as I can play a game as long as it stays playable at least, but it does get pretty annoying. Finally, the game uses this cliche around 4 or 5 times during the story. You'll know what I mean if you ever played it. You're nearly at your goal in whatever mission you're doing, but all of a sudden, you're forced to take a detour because a gate closes, or a wall collapses, or something. It is a huge tease, and after the 4th or 5th time, it really does get on my nerves. But these are just minor nitpicks on an otherwise outstanding game. Overall, Bioshock is awesome. The story has you playing right until the end, guessing all the way. You'll love playing every second as you fight big daddies and hack your way through to safety. Having the game take place underwater was a genius idea. You can't possibly feel more isolated and detached from the rest of the world, because as Andrew Ryan says himself, it was not impossible to build Rapture at the bottom of the sea, it was impossible to build it anywhere else. Genius. Thanks for watching.